What is up, everybody? Mark on the mic, my good friend, Mr. Ryan Muckenhirn, across from me, and also across from me, my very good friend, my brother in Bears, Ryan, Mr. Rylan Benson. And gentlemen, it's time to get this podcast cooking. If you're watching on YouTube, we have a selection of freeze-dried meals, backcountry meals on the table right now. We've all picked our favorite. Spoiler alert, if you're watching on YouTube, you might be able to see which ones we picked here. And we're going to do a little taste test. But we're also going to talk through maybe our stove kits a little bit while we wait for our meals to rehydrate here. And we've got some honorable mentions on the table as well. Because, Ryan, I think I've rubbed off on you a little bit. It's just hard to pick just one.
Yeah. How long have you been eating Spaceman meals, Mark?
Since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was very fortunate as a youth. You know how when you're young and you don't know how good you have it?
The good old days, like they say?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like in grade school, middle school, flying into remote rivers in Alaska, living on a sandbar for a week, fishing for salmon.
That's enough.
I want that life back. I want my life back.
I think the first one I ever had when I was in the Scouts, there was a great scout camp in Minnesota called Many Point. It's on Many Point Lake. And I had a mountain house, and I felt so cool.
I'll say this. There's something magical about pouring hot water on a meal and having it reconstitute and be good.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's super cool.
And when they taste good, it's even cooler.
Yeah. That is a tricky thing, though. And, you know, before this production, Mark and I were just chatting about how many different kinds there are and how many different kinds we've had. And if I can give you a piece of advice, if you've not jumped into the rehydrated meals situation, and Rylan can attest to this as well, and we've all heard the horror stories, don't just go to your local sporting goods store and say, that looks good, and grab it and head into the backcountry.
There's a little bit of, I kind of like the juice of the unknown. Now, here's the deal. I am agreeing with you 10,000%, but I've also done it the other way, and you're kind of like, all right, let's see how this goes. It's not what you should do at all, because sometimes it doesn't go well at all.
And by, you know, aside from maybe it's not to your palate, maybe your digestive tract doesn't care for it too much.
Oh, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, correct.
That's what I was referring to.
In fact, we have
not going well.
My hunting partner and I have banned Mountain House spaghetti with meat sauce. It's delicious, but it is not allowed.
I have had that without issue, so I don't really know.
But you also have to be careful jumping brands. It might appear to be the same meal, but you jump from Mountain House to a Peak to beef stroganoffs, completely different. So even those you have to test. You can't just assume one brand's going to be good just because of the one of the same meal.
Yeah.
Yes, this is true. Rylan, what's your history? What is your life experience with freeze dried meals here?
So my first experience was not a great one.
Perfect.
Eighth grade, I got to go on a trip to Washington D.C. We went to the National Air and Space Museum. In the gift shop, they have space food because National Air and Space Museum. So I picked up an ice cream sandwich, and it was terrible. So that was my first experience to freeze-dried stuff. But in terms of actual meals, archery elk hunting with my older brother, I picked up a bunch of meals. Didn't try any of them before going out. Tried them all. Hated every one I selected. So that was a very long week of meals that way. But then I've learned a lot since then, so I've been able to tailor.
Well, and it should be one of the best parts of your day. It should be something that you're looking forward to. It's kind of at least for me, it's kind of my only quotation mark real meal of the day outside of, living in bar land or this or that, the other, which there's some great ones there too. I have my favorites. Over the last few years, I've really pared down what I like, what I'm going to take. And frankly, it gets a little bit boring because it's some variant of the same thing every single day, but it's mixed up enough that it's at least a little different. And you're just in some ways you are grinding through it a little bit. It is what it is. It's just full of food is fuel out there.
Yeah. How do you feel about a Snickers bar?
I think if the weather permits,
Sure.
It's a great choice.
Yeah. That is from a bar perspective, because I've run the gambit on some of those as well, not to the exhaustive levels that you have, but I never love them. I don't, they taste like medicine.
A Snickers bar.
No. I'm sorry. Some of those bars.
Oh.
Like the
bars
protein
are
and
awful.
fuel bar, etc. They can be pretty dry, but a Snickers bar, you're exactly correct. Should the weather dictate.
Well, and I'd say that would be the thing that if it does make it into my kit, which actually the last few years it hasn't. It's got really good calorie count. It's actually got, it's got some peanuts in there and things. It's not all, processed sugars, I guess. I think there's a fair amount. But that would be like my treat of the day.
Yeah. The Snickers.
Yeah.
I got a buddy of mine.
It'd be the thing that you're looking at. You're like, do I eat it first or last?
Yeah. I don't know if Miller's listened to this, but my man hunts all sorts of different terrains. On the hot weather hunts, it's paydays or Pearson salted nut rolls. That's a good treat.
Okay.
Yep. And then tropical Skittles. And he's like a fitness. He looks like your top choice of gladiator. And then, like, we're on this archery mule deer hunt, and I hear the rustling of a bag, and I look over, and he's shucking out.
Don't look at me!
Yeah.
Don't look at me!
I love it.
Yeah, that's really good too. Rylan, in the intro, I said my brother in bears, and one thing that I sincerely appreciate about you is you are as fanatical about bear hunting as I am. Have done some pretty extreme backcountry bear hunts. We don't need to say where you were, but why don't we just, while we're waiting for our food to reconstitute here, whatever you want to call it, tell us a little bit about yourself and your passion for bear hunting.
Well, my passion for bear hunting kind of stemmed from just watching other people go do it yourself in Alaska, out west. So to find out tags are pretty readily available, pretty easy opportunity to go hunting every year, chasing bears. I don't get too crazy about antlers like other people do. So just to have something else to do in the spring, just besides, chasing turkeys. First time I went, fell in love with it. First time I ever went guided. That hunt didn't go super well. So it kind of motivated me to always kind of do it yourself after that. Got the lay of the land with that guided hunt. And then ever since, just doing it yourself. And luckily, I've been able to kind of create my own success with that way with some good help of some good hunting partners. And I've gotten 2 bears in the last 5 years. So not great, but not terrible. But
you're also, to Mark's point, you're not doing regular bear hunting. We were talking earlier. You've got a spot that you have 10 miles to negotiate before you get to freshwater.
Yep, that's more of an elk spot, but for spring bear, where there's a plethora of water, luckily, everywhere we go for spring bear so far.
This spring, you nearly died, and your buddy nearly died, and
yeah, there's some basically weed poles that we had to cross this drainage creek that I did not want to cross again. After I got my bear on like the second or third day, I crossed it twice in one spot, but he had to cross miles down, and it just looked totally different to me and kind of had a mild panic attack. And I'm like, I'm not going over there. Good luck.
There was some rapid acceleration downhill.
Yep.
And there was a gentleman who took a swim.
Yep. There was a gentleman that took a swim crossing a bean pole. That was fun.
What?
A bean pole.
Oh, like a
fallen tree, but a very small fallen tree. Yeah. So he's literally crawling on it. He fell off at one point, trying to cross, I think, and he ended up washing downstream, lost a trekking pole. So I'm heaving mine across just so he can skirt these cliffs to get to a little bit better place to cross. And never found that bear that he shot at, unfortunately, but that's just how it goes sometimes. But we got him back to safety, luckily. But I took a tumble at one point, avoiding a rattlesnake, only the second one I've ever seen. But things happen. I lost my gun for an hour or two, but scoured the mountain, found it. Then I kind of treated my food as a reward system. I'm like, when I find my gun, I'm digging my M&Ms out of my pack. And that's, I had 4 days worth of M&Ms in one baggie. I downed the entire thing after I found my gun.
So you took a tumble, yard sailed, and your gun ended up where?
Just buried in the sand on that mountainside. So we were up glassing, only a couple 100 feet, but I was going down to get water. Most of us were out, but I was getting it for everybody. And I'm just trekking down I step out on this rock outcropping, and a snake just jumped right out at me. So I look down, and there's...
Did he jump out? Did he strike at you, or was he going away, or did you not
Nope.
take the time to look?
I took the time to look. I heard his rattle. I didn't see him strike, but he was 3 inches off my boot, and I fell straight backwards.
Yikes.
Yep, tumbled maybe 50, 75 feet, somewhere in there. Luckily, I kind of caught and just slid most of it, but it landed on my back and rolled into my face, and then my gun just went flying somewhere.
Ripped it out of the holster.
Yep.
It's a great picture.
Yep.
Buried.
Yep, I have it buried. I only found it because of the Vortex logo on the Defender CCW on it.
Gotcha. Okay. At first, maybe I missed it. I didn't realize it was your pistol at first.
Yeah.
Which is, I'd say, better than having your rifle roll down the hill and get buried.
Yeah.
and
Luckily,
stand.
at that point, I had already had my bear, so I wasn't carrying my rifle. So I just had my sidearm, but it could have been a lot worse than it was. But
Now, I will say, had it somehow been your rifle, just another reminder to tape your muzzle.
Yep.
That can save the day too, particularly when you're in a spot, way back in there. And I know approximately, in generalities where you were, it's steep, it's rough, it's nasty. Yes, there are snakes, and it's just as rugged as it gets. And I think just even your couple stories there, like your buddy losing a trekking pole, that's like catastrophic. I mean, that's actually a big deal. I mean, luckily he didn't lose both of them, but
yeah, catastrophic. And then luckily he was just soaked, but it was sunny the rest of the day. I think he had some cuts on his leg, but nothing like super serious that we needed hit the actual emergency button on our Garmin's or anything like that. So he was good to go after some time and some rest and water after hiking up a mountainside to look for a bear that he ended up not getting, but shook out in the end.
that's a true adventure, and I'm sure you ate some freeze-dried meals while you were back there.
Plenty.
And then real quick, prior to your being here at Vortex, you were
I was a fisheries technician.
Yes.
So just worked on a bunch of different crews at a couple universities and then also out in Montana doing fisheries research. So that's kind of my background.
He's a nerd.
That is so cool.
He's pretty cool. It's published.
And published.
I read the paper. He gave me a scoot from a sturgeon. It's on my desk.
No kidding, huh?
Yeah.
That is super cool. Yeah, we're going to talk fisheries when, unfortunately, at least when I was going to school, which really surprised me. We didn't have a fisheries program. Otherwise, 100%, I would have been.
Really?
I would,
Salmon eggs, huh?
all the things.
Oh.
Yeah, I guaranteed I would have gotten a fisheries degree.
Sure.
Yeah, we just had
that might have changed the whole trajectory of my life. Might not be talking to you guys right now.
That would be terrible, Mark.
Well, it's crazy to think, too, like, without me doing that, I wouldn't have ended up here, even though, like, I use that degree just, like, outside of work for my own hobbies and stuff like that. But in terms of, like, what I do day to day, I don't really use it, but I wouldn't trade that. It was fantastic to do that program.
A fellow 300 Wisdom fan as well.
That's right. I nearly forgot.
There were two people that voted for 300 Short Mag, and your preferred caliber thing, it was Mark and Rylan.
They are in this room.
That's correct.
Gentlemen, we've got a bunch of food on the table here.
Yeah.
Let's talk through what we brought and why and what our ultimate selection was for our little sampling today. Ryan, go, please.
Okay. So, caveat. I have a box in my dry goods and utility room in my house. And in this box is probably 36 different bag meals from 5 different manufacturers. And so I've gone through and found what I like from company A, B, or C, and then I keep them on hand. I've got a couple of number 10 cans of stuff that I like to eat a lot in quantity. And so I don't have a favorite per se.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And like Peak, for instance, I've had Peak twice, I think. So I can't give them a good shake. What I had, I didn't care for. And yeah,
Okay.
it was okay at best. What I had, I didn't care for. It doesn't mean that it's not good. But like Mountain House, Alpine Air, Heather's Choice, Backpacker's Pantry, and then a couple of small off brands that you've never heard of. Jones's wife, by the way, our very own Magnum Jones.
Oh, yeah. He bought that freeze dryer.
That's right. And she made some Thanksgiving stuff. primo.
Interesting.
And then I also do other things with dried pastas or shelf-stable pastas and then I have a chamber sealer so I can make my own
Sure.
hermetically sealed bag. But one brand that I really, really, really do like, and I've had almost everything on their menu. I was up there just the other day looking at it, and there's some new stuff, is Camp Chow. So this is a super small little outfit on the Gunflint Highway north of Grand Marais, Minnesota. And you go to their website, it's campchow.com. I hope I'm saying that. It's not org. Is it org? Mm-hmm. It is. Campchow.net. Excuse me. Campchow.net. It's attached to another business called Trail Center, which is about the last place on the Gunflint Highway. This is one of the furthest north running highways in the state of Minnesota that you can get fuel. And they have an unbelievable breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the restaurant there. But they make all this in-house. They've got like 6 employees. There's wild foraged mushrooms in them. There's wild foraged berries in them. Premium ingredients, really cool story, super nice people. It's a long drive to get up there. They will ship it to you. But if you do find yourself in Minnesota's BWCA, you have to stop at Trail Center and check out the selection there of Camp Chow. And again, wonderful people. When I pick this up, I want to make a note. They've changed their logo. So the gal who runs the front desk is also the graphic designer. This is the new logo. And I told her I would say that out loud. So that's that. Really cool menu. They've got, they sort by gluten tolerance level. So if you're GF, they have that. If you're not GF, they have that. They have meat. They have vegetarian. They have breakfast. They have desserts. I did bring a dessert. That's just for fun. And then they have, and you can sort all this on their website, stuff that you need to rehydrate with hot water and meals that you can rehydrate with cold water. Now, most backpack meals will rehydrate with cold water. They're not all optimal. So I love that because if I know it's going to be a long day or if it's super windy and I don't want to sit and fight a windscreen on my stove or whatever, I can pour water in before I leave my tent. I can put it in my pack and I can eat a cold but nutritious meal that is nonetheless delicious at some point in time during the day, which is super cool without having to carry like a thermos.
Well, the other thing that does, Ryan, because what I like to do is I like to pour my boiling water on my meal and then eat it too soon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so it's a safety mechanism built in by doing it that way. You
know what is another ancillary benefit of the hot meals, though? You've been on them cold weather hunts?
It is a hand warmer.
Oh, hell yeah. You crawl in the tent and and that temp is sub 20 or sub 10 and you pour that in there. It's tent's all steamy. You zip that thing up. You just slip that right in the old sleeping bag and you just wait for 15 minutes and be like, thank God. And then you eat your meal.
Yeah, I've done that. As well. Hand warmer, kind of, you just, like you said, you can put it in your, but you want to keep it upright. You don't need some sort of errant spill in your bag.
That's how you're going to get ants, Brian.
Yeah. Actually, so what I've done is I just keep it like as if you're maybe like holding a soda in your lap, but it's this. And I also think that's a good spot because you've got those main arteries going down there. And
what'd be nice is sodas in the backcountry. You and I don't really drink soda except together.
Growing up hunting blacktails, back when I used to drink soda, I wouldn't call it the backcountry. Definitely like a day front country hunt. But so I would pack a soda with
Mountain Dew.
Generally a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what I like to do? Like Antelope Camp's pretty low impact. I get a case of Diet Dr. Pepper. My hunting partner, give me one of them.
And do you pack it with you?
No, that just stays at camp.
Oh, because if you're day hunting, a soda is not, big deal. And that's a nice treat to have along the way.
Yeah.
A little sugar bump, a little caffeine bump.
Yeah.
That's part of my reward system. Leave it at the truck so when you get your animal all the way back there, nice reward. But it stays in the truck.
Yeah.
If I were to have one.
I mean, that makes it depends on, the length of the hunt,
For sure.
the weight of your pack, all those things. So Ryan, you have a couple things on the table. You did select, well, I guess the rules were to select one. You've opened two. What's going on here?
Okay. So
what is the one that we're going to be sampling today?
We're going to be sampling a beef stroganoff, and allow me to read this off there. And this beef stroganoff is always a winner, right? It's never not a winner. And that, you know what? I did a good job of hydrating. I thought I overhydrated. It's got egg noodles. It's got cooked beef. It's got dry cultured sour cream. It has some vegetables in there. It's got, this is my favorite part. Ready? Here we go. Shiitake, butter mushrooms, cloud ear mushrooms, oyster mushrooms, shredded wood ear mushrooms, and it's got chives, and it's delicious.
Did you go forage all those things
No,
those meals?
Nope. This is all part of the Camp Chow palette.
They should have hired you to do it.
Oh, their foragers are way better. Way better. And then I also, just as a treat to the lads, and this was something I was introduced to maybe 3 summers ago. I was walking through there, and the young lady behind the counter says, "You have to get the cheesecake." And I thought...
Sensational.
I thought she meant like...
Cheesecake, sensational.
Yeah. I thought she meant like at the restaurant. I was like, oh, I'm going to head back to my campsite. And she's like, no, get the cheesecake. And they make single servings, which there's some heft to
What
this.
kind of cheesecake?
I got the single berry. They also have wild berry as well. And actually, there's more than... No, this is a single of berry cheesecake. So feel how heavy that is. That's a single. She recommended the double and persisted that I get the double.
Why didn't you listen?
No, I did.
Oh.
And I'm going to tell you right now, 3 people can't eat the double.
Is this a double?
That's a single.
Oh, okay. I was going to be like, dude, I could take that down, no problem.
There's a lot going on there.
Don't underestimate
There's
me.
500 calories in this.
Perfect.
It is thick. It does have 10 grams of protein, though.
I am not scared.
Okay. This is a cold water hydration. This is a hot water hydration for optimal flavor.
Okay. Rylan, usually we let the guests go first, but I have to refute a couple things with Ryan.
Totally
here.
okay.
Number one, I'm absolutely shocked. I was shocked that okay. I don't know what peak meal you had. I don't think I've had a bad one. That's why I have 3 on the table here, like you.
I didn't say it was bad. I just didn't care for it.
Wasn't like your number one.
No.
Okay, fair enough. These things in my mind are amazing. Like, it was difficult. I picked 3 that I really like. I would probably look forward to all 3 of these equally at the end of the day. I picked this one. Maybe I think it stands out to me. I think it's a little bit unique. It's definitely one of my go-tos, which is the chicken coconut curry. White chicken, rice, and vegetables with a coconut curry sauce. I'm a big coconut curry guy, though.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Honorable mentions, the sweet pork and rice, shredded pork with rice and vegetables with brown sugar glaze.
That's a good one.
And the chicken teriyaki and rice. Now, if I'm going to go with the chicken teriyaki and rice, though, this is I might pack 2 of these. I might pack a little extra weight. I think this one, it might even weigh a little less. I don't. Only 580 calories in this one. So I really like the way this tastes, but it's only 580 calories when you contrast that with, say, the sweet pork and rice. That's got 800, and then the chicken coconut curry, you're looking at 850, right? So there you have it in that regard. I'm going to say one other thing too. This is to me like a tip. Maybe people would think about it, but the food can kind of, in its freeze-dried form, migrate a little bit into the seal area. So before I opened it, you tamp it down a little bit.
Always.
You get it to settle, and that way you're going to get that really nice seal up top. And that's handy for a variety of reasons, including, as you massage the meal as it warms, move it around a little bit, make sure that water is getting everywhere. Eventually we'll give these things a stir, but those are my thoughts there. One that I don't have on the table, it's the home style. I think it's the home style chicken and rice. Really like that one too. I probably don't have it here because I ate it.
That happens on the big jobs.
But I would say, when it comes to the peak meals, I've had enough of them that, I know I like them. I know I'm going to look forward to them. And so I just don't really have a reason to go anywhere else. So that's why this is good, because it might get me a little bit out of my zone a little bit, get to try something new right now. I'm going to say this, though. And Rylan, I saw you give me a look. I'm not a huge fan of the beef stroganoff. In fact, on one of the last backcountry meals I went on, or backcountry hunts that I went on, I was with a group, and somehow I ended up with a beef stroganoff in my pack. Like I probably only had a limited number of meals, and that was one of them. Did a little mountain trading.
Good Lord.
And I think I got the better end of the deal there. I haven't, so this is why I'm really looking forward to this. I haven't had a dehydrated or freeze-dried beef stroganoff that I've been like, man, that hit the spot. I like that better than any of the other options that I have.
I like most of the beef stroganoffs. However, you said all of them are good.
Often.
There's one in particular I cannot stand, and I won't even mention which one it is, but I will never eat that one again. It was just such a terrible experience with that specific beef stroganoff.
Now I'm nervous.
But beef stroganoff in general, I do like, especially like homemade, obviously, in the kitchen, but most of the backcountry meals across all the brands, pretty solid choice. Safe. It's a safe choice, other than the one that I just had a terrible time.
I mean, it's a safe choice, and I don't hate beef stroganoff. Like when you have it, like I'll eat it, right? It's just like for a lot of people, it's their number one. You know, they're like, oh, I'll pack 5 days of beef stroganoff. You know, like I don't think that, but it's just like, I just think there's so many better options. There, I said it. It's out there.
It's fine.
And I think this goes to, though, like Ryan, you're like, I had that meal. It wasn't my number one. It'll be interesting. Like I said, I want to try this, but like it goes back to try the stuff before you go, because you're going to find out what you like, you don't like. If it agrees with you, I think maybe we talked about that earlier, that's probably the number one. You don't need to have any incidents in the backcountry where, you know, your stomach is upset, you don't feel good. You're burning through all your TP going, well.
Good way to ruin a hunt.
It is a good way to ruin a hunt. Yeah. So not good. Rylan, what are you working with over there? And I will say this, Rylan was the only one that that listened, because I provided the instructions. I'm like, bring your one, bring your favorite. This is a man that can make a decision.
I brought 4. Mark brought 3.
1. And it was between this and one other meal, but I was out of the other meals, so easy choice was this one of the ones I had. So I believe this is their newest one for Peak Refuel, the white chicken chili. 760 calories in the whole, or actually, yeah, per container. So the whole pack, 760. So a little bit more up there, more fuel. It tastes great as far as, you know, a Mountain House can taste, or a freeze-dried meal can taste to people. I've enjoyed this. This was half of my bear meals were this one meal.
You're kidding me.
I am so picky with these things that I find one I like, I just go after it. And yeah, this was half of my meals for bear hunting.
That is a commitment.
Yeah.
It's about commitment.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest.
It's not about.
I don't like beans and chili, but in here they're so minuscule that they don't add flavor. They're just kind of there to me. They don't add anything. They're just there.
Calories and protein, though, right?
A little, yeah, a bit. But this one I've just enjoyed on my one trip that I've taken on so far. But this will be my primary meal probably going forward until I find something better.
I'm really excited to try that. Number one, because I haven't tried that one before. And if I was like mentally looking at it, you know, we're talking about, I'm like, yeah, beans, is that gonna, you know, maybe you're sharing a tent, you know, or like, you know, or I don't know, like,
or for
it wouldn't, that one wouldn't, I wouldn't look at the array of choices and go, that needs to be on, you know, part of my 5 or 7 day trip here. So I'm really curious about that, because maybe this will change my mind.
Let's crack them.
That's a big part of this, is like, you're bringing, you know, your go-to, your number one, and are you going to change your mind?
Right.
Also, we've got these Chinette plates here, and
I can smell it from here.
They have 3 segmented sections here.
Yeah.
We don't want it. This is very scientific. We're keeping this scientific. No cross-contamination.
No,
right?
I want that. I'm gonna put a small scoop on your plate here. Okay. Mark, can I put a small scoop on your plate there?
You can. I'm gonna add a little more water.
We're too late. You're putting cold water in there. You crazy person.
Here, let me fire this up again. I should have looked earlier. It felt like I had the right amount in there. Maybe if I give it a stir, it'll be all right.
That's plenty. I'm not a big chili guy, and the beans are why. So when you said that, I felt very personally validated.
I'm not a beans and chili guy. Can't stand it normally.
I'm very nervous about plating this cheesecake, because we have some savories here. That smells really good, though. That smells really good.
We got a couple extra plates there.
We do have extra plates. Look at that.
Ryan, you know I plan ahead.
You do, Mark.
You are the
master of redundancies, and it comes in clutch so many times.
Now we're eating with these are quotation mark disposable plastic spoons today. Real talk here.
Oh yeah.
Your backcountry utensil, which I guess I bring one. Are you going spoon or spork?
I carry both.
Me too.
Well, I carry the Go Hunt spoon and spork because depending on the meal or if I added too much water, if I'm eating soup, I prefer the spoon. But if I got some meat in there that I need to stab, the spork's really nice. But I carry both, and then one will get extra dirty over the course of a hunt, so it gets like all the seasoning and stuff just gets caked to it. It's really hard to clean off, so it is nice to pull out a fresh spoon like halfway through your hunt.
Get a freshie, yeah.
Yep.
I agree. I always carry 2 spoons. Sometimes I carry 2 spoons. Sometimes I carry a spork and a spoon. But I will say, if given just the choice, I would carry 2 spoons. I don't think the spork does anything.
That's not true.
And I'm going to say, when I'm trying to get into the depths, the creases of this bag to get every little last bit out,
the spoon.
Okay. Like I can get into the edges. The spork, it provides that relief. I don't know.
At that point, I'm just like drinking what's left. That's what I'm doing.
I carry a spork that Heather from Heather's Choice gave me at Western Hunting Expo to sample a new meal, and I've had it for years. I like how you just go for a big gulp. Like you're not screwing around. I would like a small.
Well, what
amount.
are we trying?
Small amount.
Oh, you want a small amount?
Small amount.
How,
a little less than that.
I got to get so you're getting a little bit.
That's a lot.
What, you don't like curry?
There, that's plenty.
Do you like the carrots?
That's plenty.
Hold on.
I love curry.
I got to get you some chicken. Hold
fine.
on.
Everything's fine.
No, here we go. Hold on.
I'll get the point.
You have to get all the things in one bite.
That's simply rice.
It is not.
It smells great. I'm going to tell you that right now. Mark's on the nose is really good.
Rylan, I'm going to give you this since Ryan was critiquing my amount there. You can have more.
Gentlemen.
Oh, now we have to eat on the... I didn't really think that
we've
part
talked
through.
about this for years, and we've never done a cooking segment. We talk all the time. Okay.
I know what mine tastes like.
I'm gonna start with Mark's.
I'm going to start with Ryan's.
Likewise, start with Ryan's.
That's really very good. I would eat that. That's quite delicious.
I mean, so now you're talking about the...
your curry.
The coconut curry.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's like a restaurant meal.
It's very good.
Okay. I am liking your stroganoff. The stroganoff is definitely more of a homemade vibe to it.
Okay.
Yeah, the gravy or the sauce in it, it's a lot more consistent with like a home cooked version of stroganoff versus what I'm used to in the freeze dried meals.
Rylan's chicken curry or chicken chili it's good. I really hate those beans. They're there. And it's not the taste, it's the texture.
I agree. They're kind of just like a mush, but
the flavor is good.
I like beans and chili.
Yeah.
And so, like, I would not actually hesitate to bring this white chicken chili on a hunt. Rylan, I would say your water amount, you did a really nice job there. Well, I guessed. I think we all guessed a little bit. Isn't that what you do, though? I mean...
No. I always measure my water. For whatever reason, it has to be, like, spot on.
I eyeball it.
Is that the scientist in you?
probably. Like I can follow procedure and then not follow procedure, but for food and stuff like that, I just need a recipe to follow and just do it that way. I don't have a lot of creative bones when it comes to food stuff.
I understand.
I
have a verdict.
I do as well. The white chicken chili surprised me.
Better or worse?
Better.
Oh.
Yeah, I would take that part, and I would say not a caveat. I think it would pair particularly well with a little bit colder weather hunt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That curry plays. I'll tell you what. I'd eat that curry, hot or cold. Hot weather hunt, cold weather hunt. But I agree with you on the chili. Chili is that's a hearty, warming.
And I guess why I commented on I was worried that it would be runny. And I try not to get a runny. No, don't get me wrong. When I've eyeballed my water, like I like to do, I've made a meal a little bit runny. I've made them a little bit, dry.
That's the hard part with rice meals.
Sometimes I can't wait, so I eat them while they're still crunchy.
Yep. Rice meals are tough because often, like, there's one where we're paying attention to the requirement of water and letting it sit longer than you think is important. Because nothing's worse than crunchy rice, except chili beans.
I really like it. That's a very personal thing that you're talking about. That's not like this meal is good or bad.
Correct.
So, Ryan, I guess we started with you. Ryan, what has your number one changed?
No, stroganoff.
Okay. Rylan.
This is now my new number one stroganoff.
Ooh.
Okay, fair enough.
But overall,
in the category of stroganoffs.
But overall, I still like my white chicken chili a little bit better. The curry, it's solid. I'm just not a curry or coconut person.
Oh,
but
dude, you're out then.
I was actually surprised that it was as good as it was. So maybe those are two things I need to try again, both curry and coconut.
Heck yeah.
I'm going run what you brung. Apparently, I'm sticking to my guns here.
We know what we know
on the coconut chicken curry. The chicken coconut curry. If I was going to say that correctly, I still like it. I was worried that I didn't put enough water in. I think it was just the right amount.
Oh, it was great. Yeah.
Your dessert items, gentlemen.
Oh yeah. Hold on. As in the Backcountry, I will lick my spoon clean.
As one does.
Hopefully, the chewing sounds into the microphones won't be too offensive. Ryan, there's no berries in yours.
I was at the bottom. I wanted you guys to have the sweet part. How's that?
It's pretty solid.
Yeah. Doesn't suck.
All right, hold on.
Man.
This would be like, so you get rained in for 3 days. This would just be like the pick-me-up to start fresh after the rain subsides and to get back out on that mountain. That's what this would be for. Or at the end of the hunt, too. If you got your teeth kicked in or you're successful just after a really long hunt week, this would be like the best pick-me-up right here.
Yeah, that's a morale booster right there.
Pretty good? That's
pretty darn good. I really like vanilla pudding, and it's giving me some vanilla pudding vibes.
That is there.
Yep. Backpacker's Pantry has a dark chocolate cheesecake, too. I had that one on the bear hunt. That was about the same level of goodness. Just if you like chocolate, get the chocolate. It was phenomenal. Big pick-me-up.
I generally don't take like desserts with me. I'm like, that's what but I know, and I should try it because it looks really good. Like Peak has like kind of like I think it might be like an apple crisp type thing that looks super good. I have had some of their, which to me it's kind of like a dessert. Their like breakfast that has like, it's almost like a cereal.
Like a granola.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's got the milk in it, so you do pour some water in it, and it's got fruit in there, and I've had those, and those are really good if you're looking.
Try the mountain berry cobbler. That's another one of those cold weather desserts that they have. It's phenomenal. It has like pound cake in it. It's similar to the mountain berry granola, but it's got pound cake in it, so it's a little bit more desserty.
Okay, gotcha. I'd say in the grand scheme, though, we're pretty fortunate to be able to be in the middle of nowhere and have something to eat that tastes this good, that's not just super basic. I mean, heck, it tastes like something you might order in a restaurant. For goodness sakes.
All were very good. I would trade on the mountain for you guys. I wouldn't have any trepidation.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're like, I'm not feeling it tonight,
Yep.
I'm going to go with one of these. Yeah, these are all super good.
Excellent.
Anything we left on the table?
Oh, Mark. Openers, closers in the middle. You are good.
Everything. Rylan, any final thoughts?
No, thanks for having me, and thanks for introducing me to two meals that I probably normally would have never even known about or gone out to try. So
yeah,
I might
same.
have to rethink my kits a little bit.
Well, cool. Well, thank you everybody for listening. And yeah, hopefully you found this, a little bit beneficial, useful. And until next time, happy hunting and shooting. Get yourself some meals. Eat them in the summer and the comfort of your own home before you hit the backcountry.
Heck yeah.
All right. Until next time. Bye, everybody.
See ya.